So how do we draw a portrait? It's just this, but the value changes is the value transition. This part, this thing here, it's more complicated. So in the end, this thing is just it's just this. With a lot of a lot more of this smaller part inside. So the eyes itself is one, the nose itself is one, and then there is also a concave. So it's not just something like this where the light hits here. There is also a shape like this. So you have this, you have this. So when the light hits here, you have brighter value here and darker value here. And when the light hits this here, you have a brighter value here and a darker value here. And then it's just this, but with a more complicated value transition. So for example, this part would be this, but the edge, you need to soften the edge out. So how do you draw this portrait? It's the same thing. We just try to control the value transition with lasso. So you can have a abrupt transition and a lost value transition, and then you just adjust the transition. So everything boils down to this transition here. So how do I draw this? So the first thing I'll do is I will draw the base value. So let's say like this. So I'll lock this layer. So in the end, this thing is just trying to capture this with a lot of smaller shapes going on inside. So here we have the eye. So the human face is like this. We have shadow here, shadow here, shadow here, shadow here, and shadow here as well. So you have this thing going on. You have a shadow for the nose. You have shadow for the lips, and the lower lip itself, it's a darker value, and the shadow here. So what I'm trying to capture is all the smaller forms. So all the smaller forms within this big form, you have all this smaller form, you have this smaller form, you have this, you have this. So we start from the big form. So we have this part, we have this part, we have this part, and we have this part bright, and the whole left side is bright as well. So here we have shadow. So we're just trying to capture basically the shape that make up the face. So here we have the shadow like this. So for this, we can actually create a new layer, painted this in, and then we can erase it to adjust the edge. Here we have here we have this. We're just trying to see how the value change. Where does it go from light to dark? Which side has which kind of value transition? So for the hair, it's the same as well. You don't try to draw all the strands of the hair. We just try to see the base value. So you have this. You have this shape here. It goes from light to dark. You have this side here. You have this side here that goes from light to dark as well. And then after we have the base value, if you want to draw in the texture, then you apply like a suitable texture on top. So for the year, it's easier to explain what I'm trying to say with the year. So you have this year. Let's see. So you have a hard edge here, hard edge here, and then you have like a soft edge that goes from here to here. So you just select here. So when you paint, you have a hard edge, and then we just use like a soft brush to get like a soft edge on the other side. So you have this here that has like a softer edge on top. So I paint it in another layer, and I can erase to get the soft edge. So here you have a hard edge. So I use a harder eraser. This is this. That's all.